Villain the End is the first full-length album by Drippin, a 4th-gen group from Woollim Entertainment. Consisting of 10 tracks, including an intro, the album has a focus on future house, R&B, and alt-rock. Considering their lack of popularity in comparison to groups like BTS, 17, and Stray Kids, I was actually pleasantly surprised when listening to this album, featuring decent vocal performances and a refreshing future house sound signature. Something I've not really seen within K-pop before, leading to a great blend between two of my favourite genres. While the album does occasionally try different styles to really showcase the group's versatility, the constant switching really could have allowed the album to be structured a little better, either by sticking to one genre or by moving the tracks around a little. I'm also not quite sure what makes this an album compared to their previous EPs, having only 3 more songs than they usually do. With that said, here are some of my takes on the tracks. The one was a great lead track and immediately hooked me in. I was honestly quite surprised. The alt-rock and future house blend combined with their interwoven rap and singing was catchy and a great start to the album. Silence also gave me high hopes, albeit a slight deviation from where I assumed the album would take itself after the first track. I think with continued listening I could see myself growing on this track, but overall it wasn't one that stood out to me. Monster's intro gave me incredibly high hopes, resembling that of the melody for Pink's So What. However, as the track progressed it got fairly boring and repetitive, generally leaving me wanting more. Don't get me wrong, Home isn't a bad track in itself, but given the rest of the album's tracks it honestly felt out of place and sort of random. I'm not sure why it's really here. The last I have for the project slowly brings back the album's general cohesiveness, focusing more on the future house production with Utopia having a fruitful summer feel to its track. Deja Vu takes a more direct focus on R&B, with much lower pitched synths, along with bringing the 808s and bass closer to the front, which is a nice contrast to Utopia. Escape returns back to Utopia's fresher, playful attitudes, and for a short time dipping to a grey R&B focused section in the middle, something becoming more common not only in rap music in general, but from other K-pop groups as well, with MX's Dice and O.O being great examples. I don't know if Champion needed such a long build-up given its fairly simple and repetitive nature. After about 2 to 3 minutes I was about ready for the next track, and couldn't really get lost in it, which was disappointing. I don't know why the outro was like 20 seconds either. Given the piano melody at the end doesn't really serve the song any purpose, it just ends up feeling unnecessary. When I'm With You once again returns to a bubbly future house following in similar vein to Escape and Utopia, and works to support those tracks within the album. Their second single album, Villain Zero, is a precursor to this album, so if you've enjoyed tracks on that release, you'll likely find more of what you liked here. Villain the End is a great introduction to the group if you've never heard them before, like me, showing off their range and versatility in different styles. I'll personally be grading this album an A-, but how about you? Do you enjoy the album as well? Drop a comment and let me know how you feel. Subscribe for K-pop album reviews, unboxings and more.